Alright, hello Blood Bowl fans. Finally, I'm back online. Blood Bowl is working again, and I finally got OBS working. I've had problems with both over the last 2 days. It's been great fun. Anyway, now we're back, and I can finally do the belated Steel rundown for week number 3. Let's get right into it with Steel Division A. Alright, let's start as we always do by looking at the teams in Division A and the games played last week, more to the point. So we had a 0-0 from Mince Nurgle Babies against Urban Zorro's Dead and Loving It. This is Nurgle versus Necromantic. Hoy's Rotten Fang Runner Necromantics lost 1-2 to Skin Diseases led by, I think, Naufel. Let's check that one. Led by Naufel, yes. I have a feeling this was an admin win actually, but I'm not 100% sure. Sorry, wrong week. And Varkson's Judgment of the Worthy managed to beat Uncancelled Scalebound, which belongs to somebody. To Dranrab, yes. Sorry guys, still having problems remembering who's who, of course. And this was Kemri versus Lisman. That's our 3 games for this week. Let's have a look at them, starting with game number 1. Alright then, let's start off at the start, funnily enough, with the first game. I'm on the wrong page. With the first game in Steel Division A, we have 2 of our tutors, Mint and his Nurgle Babies, and Urban Zorro and his Necromantic Dead and Loving It going 0-0. I actually have some breakdown from both coaches again, so thank you very much for that, guys. Let's just find it. Urban Zorro says, pretty even game. We wound up suffering a lot more KOs and armor breaks, par for the course for the Necros this season, but held out. Sadly another draw, which sucks, but ah well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And having a look at what Mint says about the game, let's find the pin. Wonderful 0-0 draw against Urban Zorro. We both agreed that there was very little exciting about our match. We each were able to hit others' ball carriers with 2 go for it, and each had trouble recovering from that. A few failed pickups and good solid defense sealed the deal. We stayed in Discord and chatted for about an hour after the match. Great guy, and we will certainly be playing more in Wood. That's good. Urban Zorro is a great guy, I agree. Having a look at the game itself then, so Nurgle Babies had 14 armor breaks, which is quite a lot. So I can see what Urban Zorro is saying. And Jackie got man of the match, but didn't level up. And Dead and Loving It, we have 7 armor breaks. And Richie got man of the match, which doesn't necessarily level him up yet. It's the one that was already with block, I think. Having a look at SPP then, we got 7 and 7. That's easy. I don't think there's going to be much to look at here, but we will have a look. Yeah, there's nothing new on the I was going to say Rotter team, but of course they're a Nurgle team. There's nothing new on the Nurgle team. As far as I can tell, still 12 players, no injuries, everything is fine there. That's all I can really say. We've got 80,000 we can spend though, so maybe we'll see that spent. And where are they? Oh, they're at the front, okay. And Dead and Loving It. So, yeah, Richie MVP didn't get a level up, and no more level ups, just the extra 2 on the Flesh Golem. Don't know if Dr. Noose was bought this game. I don't think he was there before, was he? We definitely didn't have 2 Flesh Golems in the first game. I don't think we did in the second game, so I think Dr. Noose is new. Though I might be wrong. Anyway, so 12 men for Urban Zorro as well. Nothing more to say about this game really, so well done lads. Thank you for giving me all that information. Really, really helpful. I appreciate it. Alright, moving on to game number 2 then, and I'm pretty sure this game was decided by admin, like I said before. If I'm wrong guys, sorry, you can correct me, but looking at the statistics and looking at the SPP, it looks like that's what's happened. So, admin win always goes 2-1. You of course get your MVP, which went to a lineman and a zombie, and you get your 2 touchdowns against your 1 touchdown. So 1 touchdown was won by the same lineman, and the other one was given to Psoriasis. It looks like Skin Diseases haven't actually looked at their team since the breakdown, which has been just a day to be fair, so it doesn't mean too long. But a zombie and Jaws. Let's have a look at the teams then. So Jaws is a Flesh Golem, and the free is the first free, and the zombie was one of them. was... Huh. Well, it's maybe Herman? Must have been Herman. Well, there's one of these two anyway, and they haven't got a level up, so there's nothing new in Team Hui. Or Gottfried Gunnison with the Roth and Fang runners. They are exactly the same. We still have 11 players. We have both wolves still. No, we don't. We have one wolf. This is the one wolf and the one ghoul team. Yeah, crazy. Crazy build. But that's fine. With 120,000 we maybe can buy that second werewolf, which I think I would recommend. Though, entirely up to you of course, though that looks like a good use of your money to me, buying this second werewolf. And having a look at the opposition, the High Elves, like I say, hasn't looked at his team yet. So we have this one lineman that's got a level up, and this team is down to 9 players. But I think they've actually recovered from that last game, not lost anything new, that's for certain. And with 80,000 left, you can finally buy the Apothecary. That sounds like a good idea to me. Though maybe you want to have the extra linemen so you don't have loners. Well, Apothecary sounds like a better choice, but it's entirely up to you. That's it for this game then. There's nothing particularly interesting to say on admin win. Moving on to game 3. Alright, moving on to game number 3 then. I have a pretty long rundown from Voxen, so let's have a look. So, Voxen, Judgment of the Worthy. You miswrote your own team, that's interesting. Versus Dranrab, Uncancelled Scalebound. The Camry suffered 3 injuries within the first 3 turns, 1 regen, but 2 stayed, including a -1 agility on a Skelly, and taking one of the Blitzras out for the game. This made the defense incredibly difficult, but the Camry kept the defense up. The Tomb Guardians maximizing tackle zones against the Saurus and forcing the Skinks to brave it alone. A rush down the side put the Skinks within 4 movement of the end zone, but the Priest of Mart wasn't having any of it, making 2 GFIs, 2 throws, a 2 dice block, I see, and KO'd the Bull Carrier. Oh guys, don't give me short form when I have to read, it's hard. The coach made an executive decision to send out the Apothecary, needing the Skink on the ball, and the KO was turned to a stun. The ball was briefly recovered by the High Priest of Amun, but was rudely knocked out of them by a Saurus who was freed after Mart. We rolled a both down skull into double skull. Despite this, the bounce was favourable for the Camry, and the Skinks were required to make 3 times 3+ dodges and 4+ pickup to get the ball free, which was done with the assistance of a reroll. Desperate, the High Priest of Montu pushed the Saurus away, freeing the Priest of Mart. This time he was not letting that Skink get away again. He ran around to 2 dice block the same Skink and launched his body, stunning himself but injuring the Skink, reducing the little lizard's armor value by 1 forevermore. One last Skink stood in the open, free to pick up the unmolested ball and score, but the pressure was too much, and without a reroll he fumbled, ending the lizard's attempt at scoring on their drive. The second half was a slow slog up the field, with the High Priest of Amun crossing to score in the 7th turn, leaving 2 turns for the lizards. They pushed up, I think he means second drive, but a failed GFI left the only Skink within scoring range open for a blitz, and Amut capitalised, putting a 3 dice block on the helpless Skink and injuring him. Final score 1-0 to the Camry. God, that was long, but thank you. That was pretty funny to read. Right, so looking at what we have in front of us then. Camry, 1 touchdown, 6 armor breaks, and MVP on Priest of Mart, the skeleton who was mentioned a few times in the rundown. And on the side of the Lizards we have 15 armor breaks. Well, he didn't mention a lot of them, but hehehe. And the Skink got MVP, giving him 5. So we've got 12 against 6, 11, 13. 12 against 13. Let's have a look at the teams then. Voxen has given me an after game notes part as well. This game is won by that one plucky skeleton, Priest of Mart. He took down the ball carrier twice. This isn't really after game notes, but thank you. And has since taken the Dirty Player skill. So someone's taken Dirty Player. Priest of Mart has taken Dirty Player. There we go. So Dirty Player is the new level up. Everything else is the way it was before. You still confuse me by keeping everybody out of order, and of course Priest of Boff took an injury and has gone to -1 agility. Poor skeletons. Skeletons need their agility so they can do all the ball stuff, but otherwise fine. Nothing else is new there then. Thank you Voxen for that very, very detailed rundown. And I've got nothing from Dranrad, but let's have a look at his team. Skink has lost armor. Sure feet might be new. And everything else is as it was before. Nothing else to report. Is sure feet new? Not sure. But either way, everything else is as it was. So fair enough. Nothing else new to report there. That's it for Division A. Let's move on to Division B. Let's not move on to Division B. Let's have a look at the leaderboard and next week's schedule first, of course. So, with 2 games left to go after week 3, Judgment of the Worthy are pretty strongly at the top with 2 wins and a draw. Then we have Nurgle Babies, Mint Pixie Dust second with 1 win and 2 draws. The Lizard team that lost to Judgment of the Worthy have broken their no-loss record, and they now go 1-1-1 in 3rd place. The High Elf Skin Diseases from Northall are in 4th with 1 win and 2 losses, and the 2 Necromantic teams are at the bottom, which is quite shocking, I think. Urban Zorro with 3 draws in 5th, and Gotrek Gunnarsson or Hoy at the bottom with 1 draw and 2 losses. Yeah, surprising turn of events, but there we go. Looking at it, well, Urban Zorro, yeah, if Urban Zorro gets a win, he's still well in the game, but he needs to get that win. And I'm still going Vax and Urban Zorro. And having a look at the schedule for this week, nothing has been played yet. Okay, so not quite a clairvoyant this time. So Judgment of the Worthy playing Nurgle Babies. That's a big one, I think. We got Varkson against Mint there. They're both at the top of the leaderboard, so that's going to be a big one. It's going to be worth looking out for to see what happens, to see if we have a change in the leaderboard. And Hoy's Rotten Fang Runners run against Dranrap's Lizardman. Yeah, I can see the Lizard's taking this because Hoy hasn't been having a lot of luck. I also think that he missed 1 game, so that's also gone against him. And Urban Zorro is dead and loving it take on the High Elf Skin Diseases. With all due respect to Northall, I think this may be Urban Zorro's first win, though High Elves, yeah, I think the Necromantic team are slightly more developed than the High Elf team, so we may see a difficult matchup for the High Elves there. Having said that, no, but he does have a bench of 12, and the 2 loners may make a bit of a difference. And only 1 dodge. Yeah, it's going to be a rough old game for the High Elves. Well, potentially 2 dodges, but this is more likely to be a block. So yeah, I can see Urban Zorro getting his win, finally, but we'll see. Good luck, guys, for next week. Let's move on to B for real this time. Alright then, onwards and upwards on to Division B, which hadn't been done before, so I may do this in 1 take, because I'm a crazy guy like that, though I may not, I may change my mind. Let's have a look. So, Uranus, Fistlin and the Fisters against Top Hat's Paws of Fury. I'm pretty sure this was admin to a draw in the end. I don't think they managed to play. They were just beyond... They were definitely, because we were talking about it this morning. Yes, this was admin to a draw, so 0-0 there, and I guess nothing's happened as a result. Flit Dogs, Dead Air, that team doesn't exist anymore. This is now a bye, so bye against Chris J's Rivertown Cheese Monsters, so this would have been admin to a 2-1. We are talking about putting Saimar or Papillon 47 here instead. Admins still need to respond on that actually, so admins get on that. What are we doing with that? Are we putting Saimar in at the end or not? And Oogs Ubergothihos, which are the Dark Elves. These are Skaven, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Dwarves, Skaven, Dark Elves, against Yeshi's Purple Blurple, the Nurgle team. Let's have a look at the first game then, and I am going to do this all in 1 take, or at least attempt to, especially considering the 2 of them are admin. Nope, that's this week's game. Thank you. Okay, so yes, this was admin, meaning that we've just got the 2 MVPs. Fister number 7, the Longbeard, got MVP, and this guy, the Rat Lineman, also got MVP, so SPP is 5 and 5, yes. Having a look at the team then, obviously nothing is new. Were they there before? I don't know, one of these may have actually come, one of these has come off the back of the past of the game this week. There's actually been 2 games played already because I'm a bit late with the rundown, sorry guys, but there we go, that's scary. There are 2 dwarves with plus strength here. Good luck to Uranus' last opponent. And everything else is as it was before. And looking at where are they? There they are. Paws of Fury. Nothing is new, obviously, because we just had that 1 This guy, I think. This guy got MVP, so nothing else happened of note in this team. There is 100,000 though. He could spend that on one more piece. Could even take a gutter. That sounds like an option. That's what I would do. Well, I'd take a rat ogre probably, but I don't think you can afford it with 100,000, so gutter it is. Though we'll see what happens there. And having a look at the second game was these two. No, it was dead air. Yeah, the second. That one's already been done as well. Whoever's done that was a bad idea. But never mind. So yes, we've gone 2-1 via admin. Chris J's Rivertown Cheese Monster Rats. Ratimental has been given 5 SPP with the MVP, and there's of course 2 touchdowns that went to Cheddar and Cordon Bleu. I'll try to remember. And this team is now a bye team, so nobody cares, but the zombie got MVP, and we have a touchdown, meaning that this team has actually got more SPP than they deserve. Sorry, I lost my trail of thought completely there, but never mind, this team no longer exists in the league, so we can ignore that one and have a look at Chris J, who has not done his level ups yet. So that makes it easier actually. The 2 that got the SPP for touchdowns have actually leveled up, so Rat Cordon Bleu, the lineman, and Rat Cheddar, the storm vermin. I'm going to guess Mighty Blow and Block or Wrestle, but we'll see. So I'm going to go Mighty Blow and Block. That's probably the 2 things that are going to be leveled up, but unless there's a double or the stat or something, of course. That's it for game 2. That was nice and easy. And the last game is Oog's Uber Goffy Hose against Purple Blurple Yeshi's Nurgle. So we went 2-0. This game was actually played, thankfully. So the Uber Goffy Hose. There's probably a rundown. Let's have a quick look. Oog. There's got to be a rundown. It's Oog. Yep, Steel rundown. Oog versus Yeshi. Elf stole the ball and then both fought for the ball for the rest of the half. The Witch Elf busted her head against the Prestigore 3 turns in a row, but last turn she freed the ball and passed to the end zone. Second half was pretty much more of the same, though with more ball possession by the Elves. Touchdown 2 in turn 16 after outmaneuvering. At some point when I wasn't looking, my blocker got MV-1 though. Didn't notice until after the game. Major Blizzard got leveled up, got dodge, and the runner got leader, because 2 rerolls just isn't enough by a long shot, says Ook. Right then, so 2 touchdowns, 3 passes, 2 armor breaks for Oogzuba Goffy Hose, and the runner got MVP. Interesting. And Purple Blurple, 11 armor breaks and an expulsion. There was some fouling, oh no. And a Rotter leveled up, which is not really what you want with the MVP, but there, we'll see. That's a lot. 5, 10, 14 against 11. 14 against 11. Let's have a look at the teams then. Runner's been given leader, which Ook mentioned, and the Blitzer, who got minus movement, has been given dodge, which Ook also mentioned. And nothing else is new. The team is exactly the same. Still need to buy a reroll as quickly as possible, mate. Really need that to happen. Yeah. Even with the leader, still you want one more, realistically. Okie doke, that's it for Dark Elves. And having a look at his opponent, Purple Blurple from Jeshi. Clean. Something died. I think it died before though. Bubbly Blub is out with, I guess, MNG. With MNG, that's nice. Could be much worse on a Rotter, so we'll take that. And the Rotter that leveled up has, of course, been given Block. I don't think there were 2 blocks in the team before, so one of these blocks I think is new as well. And 80,000, what can we do with 80,000? Could buy a second Pestigore. That may be an option, especially considering that you're missing something from the roster. Probably what I would do, but it's entirely up to you. That's it for the games. Let's have a look at the leaderboard then. Chris J is now at the top with 3 wins. One of them was admin though. Flit Dog is out, so he's automatically now number 6, even though at the moment he's number 2. Oog is second with 2 wins and a loss, and Top Hat is third with 1-1-1. The Dwarfs from Moranus are 5th, even with an extra game under their belt, with 1-1-2, and Jeshi, unfortunately, even with another game under his belt, is 0-0-4, right at the bottom of the pack. Well, above Flintdog at least, but still. And having a look at this week's schedule, one game's already been played. I'm not going to look at it because it's going to be in next week's rundown, but Fistulin and the Fisters have beaten Purple Blurple 1-0. So my prediction for this game, Roanus against Jeshi, is that Roanus, of course, will somehow magically win the match. That's what I predict for this next week. And we have the Skavenov. I like Chris J's team more. So I'm going to punt for Chris J. I think Chris J is going to come out of that alive, and he's going to secure his place in the playoff with this game. And all the Gothy Hoes have already played Dead Air as well, though we're maybe changing that, so I'm going to reset this match, because we were talking about maybe bringing Simar in, so I've just put that back to 0. It's we can always validate it again, no big deal, but at the moment, let's talk about it before we do finish that off that way. Anyway, that's it for B. Let's have a look at Division C then. Alright then, on to Division C, and we've got Lucas Caller's Flatulent Flailers lost 1-2. Oh no, to Yacinde's Organic Food. Chaos Dwarfs against Orcs. I wanted him to do well in this game. That's a shame. I drew, and Dark Physicist also drew in the Chaos Mirror with ICBBL Kill All Men's against Prince of Hell. We managed to go 1-1. It was a tough old game, I'll tell you that much. And this was admin, I think. I'm pretty sure this was admin actually. Arizona Wildfire against Dancing Jesters of Afel. Wood Elf versus Wood Elf. The brand new Wood Elf team managed to win by admin. Let's have a look at game number 1 then. And we're doing this in one take again. Well, we're doing it in multiple takes, but we're doing the first game in one take again. So then, Flatulent Flailers 1-2 against Organic Food, and apparently this was a fantastic game. I got a rundown from both people, so let's find them. Lucas. No, I didn't get one from him directly, that's a shame. And Yacinde, I got a bloody long one from Yacinde, that much I remember. Oh god, that is long. Right, okay then. So, Steel match, Organic Food versus Lucas Caller, Chaos Dwarfs 2-1. Controlled Orcish Bash with a Kid's Gloves, Mighty Blow Blitzer. He really tried to kill a Hobgoblin, but best he got was a KO. Versus Maniac Corpse, who wants to foul more, but he hadn't the opportunity. First half was kind of safe. I lost the ball once, but had enough time to recover it and score on turn 8 with a Blitzer to get him a level. Second half, Lucas Caller surprised me big time with a throw and handoff play. This is the turn 10. I remember Lucas Caller said turn 10. That's the entire highlights. I thought I had his Bull Center wedged to the sideline, but he ran backwards to the middle, handed off to a Goblin who ran forward and threw it to another one who GFI'd into the end zone. Yes, I wasn't even aware of this possibility, got all my mind on the Bull Center and never looked at the Hobgoblin. Classic rookie mistake. That was done on turn 2 of the second half, yeah, turn 10. I had enough time to score with another Blitzer who leveled myself. I wanted to score with a Black Orc since he caught the kickoff with a 6, but a heroic Hobgoblin red dice blitzed him with a Defender Stumble pow. One of his Hobgoblins... we both had a good time, laughed a lot, and Lucas Caller's blocking dice sucked in the first half. One of his Hobgoblins leveled, not sure what he took, I'll have a look in a minute, and I leveled 2 Blitzers and got another one with Mighty Blow and one with Diving Tackle. Okay, we'll have a look at all that in a second. Right then, Flatulent Flailers, 1 touchdown, 1 pass, 1 armor break. And a Chaos Dwarf got man of the match. Helmets are for wearing. He's obviously one of the new ones because that name wasn't there before. And Organic Food, as Porcagus, got MVP, and this is one of the ones that leveled up. We'll have a look at him in a minute. 2 touchdowns, 12 armor breaks, and 1 expulsion from fouling. So we've got C9, and we've got 11. So Micro Queens and Asporcrugus, Jesus. And Prayers of Sweet Death and Prayers of Catching. Prayers of Catching I think was the level up, and I think I've already seen it. Let's have a look. Prayers of Catching has got Sure Hands, not Catch. But still, Sure Hands is a good start. And we have a minus movement Chaos Dwarf Blocker. Well, that sucks. And that's Smurf account. And he did go with Smurf Avatar in the end. Good. And maybe Smurf account and Smurf Avatar are the 2 new dwarves actually, so welcome to the game, minus movement piece. And he's got 70,000, we may well see another Hobgoblin, you know. Lucas likes to foul. Alright, that's it for the Chaos Dwarves led by the god himself. And then we have, where are they? Where are they? Volcanic Food, yes. So, Asporkagus and the other one, Microcreens, yes. So Microcreens has been given Diving Tackle, and Asporkagus has been given Mighty Blow. 2 lots of Mighty Blow, a guard and a Diving Tackle. Interesting choices. Diving Tackle was a double, actually, yeah? Yeah, Diving Tackle was a double, so that's why. This Orc team is interesting. Only the Blitzers seem to be leveling, but we're getting somewhere, at least. We still got 2 Black Orcs in range, though. And the linemen are all complete rookies. Interesting. Alright then. That's it for game number 1. Alright then, having a look at game number 2 in Division C, and this was my game. The mirror match against Dark Physicist's ICBBL Kill All Men's Chaos v Chaos. Something interesting happened. If you have a mirror match where the 2 teams have the exact same colour scheme, the game automatically changes one to a different colour. So I was playing with grey guys even though my team is red. It was quite interesting. This game was a very, very tense affair. It was surprising actually. I think Darth wouldn't mind me saying that I actually had control for a big part of the game, but he did manage to hold me to a 1-1 draw. The wizard fizzling out made a big difference. That stopped me from going 2-0. And, well, some lucky armor breaks in the second half helped him a bit as well, but he earned a score. So it was a pretty even match all round, really. Just a couple of key bad dice on both teams, not just my team, so I don't begrudge him the draw at all. I think it was a well-played game, tense affair, quite happy with the result overall. And I'm glad to have at least drawn against Darth, because it gives me a small chance in the league at the end. Though Yasinde or Darth have to have a bad game later, and I have to have 2 good games against the 2 Wood Elf teams now. Anyway, let's have a look then. So 1 touchdown, 8 armor breaks for the Beastman. And 1 touchdown, 6 armor breaks for myself. Pretty much all of the armor breaks were pretty important in the game, actually, because they came at important times. And, whoops, so, Walnagor got man of the match and leveled up, so that's one of his level ups. He had 2 level ups, I know that much. And my Raleigh Tusk Loner got MVP. I didn't buy him, I sold him, I didn't want him. He doesn't fit in the team, so he's gone. So we've got 5, 10, 12, and 10. My team is still entirely rookies, though his team, he got a Mighty Blow on, I think, Steve, so he's got 2 Mighty Blow on the team now, and Walnagor got Block, so we're going very safe in this team. He also bought, I guess this is the new one, he also bought a new lineman to give himself a small bench, and he's still got 60,000, so 6,000, no, 60,000, I was right. So he can buy 1 more if he wants to, though nothing else new in this team. And he's got the Chaos Dwarves and the Orcs left to play, so he's got 2 tough games left over. The Orcs especially, from Yasinde. And then taking a look at my team, we finally recovered. We have a almost full team, we're down to 10 men actually. I have no gold, I've had to spend it all, but I did spend it on my 4th warrior. So I have 4 warriors, Minotaur, and 5 beasts now, and a loner for the next game against the Wood Elves. I think I have Scuff first. I might be wrong. I may have the new coach first, actually. New coach is Vaho. He's joined the league this week in replacement for the bye. I have 2 pieces that are close to leveling up, and I have 2 pieces within a touchdown of leveling up. I actually managed to score with a Chaos Warrior again as well, with Conquest specifically, so doing alright in that regard. But otherwise nothing new to report here, really. Just got to buy 1 more Beastman next game, and then we're good. That's it for game 2. Alright, and finally then game number 3, which I'm pretty sure was a win by admin, and it looks like it was looking at the statistics. So, Naifalorn got man of the match, which is a War Dancer. That's great for first game. Dancing Jesters of Afel, Svarho, the new coach in this league, against Jinjin, who got man of the match and has leveled up, but it looks like Scuff hasn't been back on to have a look at his team since. Anyway, of course, 1 touchdown to Arizona Wildfire, 2 touchdowns to Dancing Jesters, and all the SPP went to Jinjin. Fine, we can have a look at that quite simply then. So Jinjin is ready to level up, and we're actually at 12 players. How did that happen? Actually, I don't think this team has lost anybody, has it? Maybe not. We've just got the niggle on the War Dancer. Otherwise, everything else is the same. Jinjin will level up. Probably going to see block or dodge. More likely to see dodge, I think, on a Wood Elf team, but we'll see what it looks like when he comes back. And Dancing Jesters of Athel, which is a new team anyway, so let's have a look at it. He's gone 2 War Dancers, Catcher, or Lineman, no Apothecary, which he can now afford, so that's probably his next purchase. The War Dancers in range, Catchers in range, and we've got a Lineman in range, otherwise nothing new. And these all look like they've been computer named. So there's the new team. These are actually my opponent for this week, I believe. So I'll do a rundown of them later on. Right, that's it for the game. That was pretty straightforward. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. We're doing this in one take as well. So we have the Orcs at the top with 3 wins. Yasinde is doing really well. He's managed to put down 3 pretty tough teams, so good job, Yasinde. And then we've got Dark Physicist in second with 2 wins and a draw. I think the draw hurt him, to be honest, because it's given him, well, it's given me an out and it's given him a slightly harder route to the playoff. Then my Prince of Helga 1-1-1 in third place. And we have Lucas Caller surprisingly in fourth with 1 win and 2 losses. Then the new Wood Elf team, I don't think it's fair to call it 2 losses, but because he's new, he's been automatically given 2 losses, so that's a bit unfortunate. But he has got the 1 win. He's 1-0-0 basically. And Arizona Wildfire have lost all 3 games, unfortunately. Hopefully Scuff can turn it around in the last little bit. And the schedule for this week then, we've got the big one, actually. Yasinde faces Darth Physicist. The Orcs Organic Food faces their second Chaos Team Kill All Men's. And I hope Yasinde wins it, because it gives me a chance to make it to the playoff myself. No offense to Darth Physicist though. I think it's going to be a tight affair, honestly though. I can actually see it being a draw. Though armor breaks are going to be a very important factor in this game. If I really have to make a gamble and a guess, then I would give it to the Orcs actually, just because they've been playing so well and because they're so well developed now. At least all the blitzers are. And Flagellant Flailers, the Chaos Dwarves, face Scuff Arizona Wildfire. If Scuff actually shows up for this one, I can see him taking this one. Though he's going to struggle against Chaos Dwarves with all that tackle. Though he only has a couple of dodge pieces, so I don't see that being such an issue actually. So long as he turns up, I think he has a chance of winning this. Though Lucas is going to have many more chances to outblock the Wood Elves, so yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm still going to punt for the Wood Elf win here. And my Prince of Hell faces Dancing Jesters of Athel. Svarho is a completely new coach to the league, and I know nothing about him. He hasn't even played a game yet, so it's hard to say. It's completely hard to say. I'm just gonna hope for some kind of result in this match, basically. Draw will do me. Win will be perfect. Well, we'll see what happens. Good luck to all coaches. I didn't think I said that after B, so good luck to all coaches in B and C. That's it for Division C. Let's finish off with Division D. Finally, I've had to do most of this today. Having a look at Division D then, I've already done 2 of these games, so I've only got the middle one to do. There's the only one's left, and it looks like it was a big one with 3-0. But there we go. So we had Ambi's DONZ Necromantic against the Undo's Slightly Salty Luces, also Necromantic. Ah, we had a mirror. Okay. And Andy's managed to take that one, 2-1. Then Nightmare on Elm Street. This is that coach, yeah, I think. Let's have a quick look. Oh no, it's Anders. Sorry, Anders. Yes, so Anders, Nightmare on Elm Street, the Dark Elves lost 3-0 to the Wood Elves for Rylock, touch new balls. Rylock is proving himself a monster in this league. And Krog's Crushes, which is Kearuza, went 2-1 against Something Spelt Wrong's Skaven Cheese Demons, and this is an Orc team. Alright then, let's have a look at the games. Alright then, and having a look at game number 3. Is it game number 3? 1 second. I'm confusing myself now. No, it's game number 1. Oh, okay. Having a look at game number 1 in Steel Division D. We are in D, yes we are. I'm all over the place with this one, obviously. We have a necromantic mirror, I believe. So we have DONZ with Andes, and we have slightly salty losers, the necros that are under undo. And I definitely have a breakdown from Andes. Let's find that first. So, difficult steel match. The Necro Mirror against Undo had the power to make a draw. Tried to bring home the victory, giving me the same chance. I suffered a lot in this game. Great game. And then some stats. And I don't think Undo told me about this match. No, he didn't. That's fine though. We'll have a look. I tend to find that the team that loses, of course, has to take a little while to recover from it, so that's fair enough. Having a look at what happened then, we have 2 touchdowns from the Andes Necromantic with 11 armor breaks, and Ulrich leveled up from this game with MVP. And Slightly Salty Losers also leveled up with MVP, white and white, that's quite interesting. 1 touchdown, 7 armor breaks, and an expulsion, so there was some fouling on this Necro side. Okay, and we've got just the 11. God, that's a lot of SPP. And we've got the 12. More spread out. Let's have a look at the actual teams then, starting with Andes. And he's giving me a breakdown of what happened as well. My white Ulrich had 2 level ups with 2 touchdowns and MVP. Mighty Blow and Strength for him. Legendary player for him today, definitely. So this piece has been given both level ups in 1, and he's become a scary, scary piece. Well done, Andes. Well done there. And having a look at the Slightly Salty Losers, I don't think there's anything new in the team. Pretty sure that was there. Yeah, sorry, of course, the MVP leveled up. Yes, the MVP has been given Mighty Blow. So we have a Mighty Blow white on the other Necro team as well. So both Necro teams have become a little bit scarier than they were before. So thanks, lads. Thanks for giving me that information. In game number 2, it looks like Anders had a pretty rough time against Rylock's Wood Elves here in his Dark Elves. Did I get a rundown? I don't think I did. Let's just have a quick look. Rylock. No, and Anders doesn't talk to me, so that's fine. Nothing personal, we just haven't spoken. Pinhead, I think this is his second MVP in a row, or at least he's had one before, definitely. We got 1 pass, 1 intercept, and 1 intercept, nice. And 18 armor breaks. Wow, it was a really big armor break match for an elf off. Elf off, what a word. So, and Touchney Bulls, of course, scored 3 touchdowns, managed a pass, took a death, ouch, and took 12 armor breaks. This was a really, really bloody match for elves. That's interesting. SPP, we've got 12, and we've got, wow, 13 on 1 piece. 16, 18, 21. 21 against 12. That's rough, to be fair. Anders then, where is he? Pinhead. Pinhead's been given block. And is that there before? That was there before, I think. So we've got 1 more piece with block and 50,000 in the bank, which doesn't really help him much. Hopefully he can just come back from this stronger next game. He does have 12 pieces. I don't think he had 12 pieces before. Maybe he did though. So he has 12 pieces now, if he didn't do before. Nothing else new to report here though. That's it for Anders' team, and I think the Wood Elves, Rylock hasn't had a look at his team yet. That's fair enough though. It is Monday directly after the rollover. So we've got War Dancer leveled up with the 13 straights, so he's actually got 2 level ups to look at. That's nice. Any kind of double, I'm going to see Mighty Blow, otherwise, what do you give a War Dancer realistically? Sidestep, diving tackle, strip ball is obviously a good choice. Something crazy like tackle, depends who his next opponent is. I'm not good at Wood Elves, I don't like Wood Elves, sorry. Something died, it looks like it was just a lineman. And we've taken another permanent injury here, or semi-permanent at least. Yeah, missed next game, just a 1 game thing. And everything else looks like the way it was. I don't think either of these guys have leveled up this week, so that's it for that. Oh, we got 160,000 to spend though. He's definitely going to spend that because at the moment it's adding to his TV value. We may even see a tree, you know, but we're probably going to see some kind of piece joining the team. It'll be interesting to see what that ends up being. That's it for game number 2. Alright, I'm taking a look at game 3 in Steel then. We've got the Orcs versus the Rats. You told me how to say it, damn it. Kayarus, I think, against something spelled wrong. And the Orcs managed to win 2-1. Krag's Crushers beat the Cheese Demons 2-1. The only notes I have didn't come directly from the coaches, but I was looking at their chat. They did say a few things. What we got is, well played to Kayarus in our match, beating my prolific rat BS. And he responded, Mega Rat BS, holy hell, well played man. That's the entirety of the breakdown I have for this game. So we have 2 touchdowns, 1 pass and 18 armor breaks for Krag's Crushers. And Lucky the lineman actually leveled up with MVP. Then we have 1 touchdown, 2 passes and 2 armor breaks. That's a lot of dead rats. Wow, well, hurt rats I should say. We have a lineman also getting MVP but no level up for the rats. Let's have a look then. Wow, that's a lot. So we got 7, 9, 11, 16 against 10. 16 against 10. Let's have a look at the teams then. Let's see if we can guess what's new here. There's at least a lineman who leveled up, Lucky. He's been given Dirty Player, of course he has. That tackle might also be new, I don't think that was there before. And I'm pretty sure Krag already had the block, so... Tackle, Dirty Player, and maybe this block wasn't here as well, actually. Let's have a quick check again. Skinny Scar, Green Lightning, Slasher, Cretin. Okay. Skinny Scar, yes, he leveled up. Cretin, Green Lightning, and Slasher. Yeah, so there we go. We've got a new Dirty Player and a new block. I might be wrong, but I think Dolt is new as well, or was new. Maybe he's new from last game, I don't know. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, he's got a one-man bench anyway, so he can do a bit of fouling, so Dolt is probably new. That's why we have the Dirty Player. Dolt comes in to make up the deficit. That makes perfect sense. He has enough for 1 more as well if he wants it. Though I'm not sure he's going to take it just yet. And then having a look at the Rats, the Cheese Demons. Were any of the injuries bad? Oh, the Rat Ogre. Minus agility. Oh, poor Rat Ogre. No, it doesn't really affect him at all. To be honest, he can get away with that. Pretty sure Gouda already had block, and nothing else is new. Still on to 11 players. 80k, could buy something if he really wants to, though I don't see him buying anything. Yeah, don't think anything's changed in this team at all, actually, apart from the minus agility Rat Ogre, who's going to be out next game, which may cause a bit of problem, but who knows. That's it for the last game in Steel. Let's have a look at the rundown then. Taking a look at that leaderboard then, Touch New Balls is at the top. Rylock's Wood Elf team with 2 wins and a draw. Kayarus' Krag's Crushers are right behind with 2 wins and a loss, and they are on equal footing with Andy's, with also 2 wins and a loss with his Necromantic DONZ. Something spelt wrong as Cheese Demons are in joint third, with Anders Nightmare on Elm Street with 1 win apiece and 2 losses apiece, and Undo's Slightly Salty Looses. I have a feeling that I said his name wrong at some point during this recording, but it's Undo anyway. His Slightly Salty Losers are 1 draw and 2 losses at the bottom. Having a look at the matches next week then, we've got Anders Nightmare on Elm Street versus the Necromantic DONZ. Nothing personal, I don't know Anders very well, but I do know Andy's very well, and I can see him taking this one, especially as Nightmare on Elm Street had a tough match last match, though Dark Elves, generally speaking, are not a very good matchup for Necromantic, so we'll see what happens there. And Undo's Slightly Salty Looses go against Kayarus' Krag's Crushers, and I can't look past Kayarus there. Sorry, Undo, but I think you're going to struggle in that one. The Orcs are likely to take out the Necromantic. And Touch New Balls, the Wood Elf team against the Skaven team Cheese Demons. And I can't look past Rylock for this, though Skaven is always a tough matchup for any team, but still, I can see Rylot coming out of this one all roses. That's it for Division D, and that's it for Steel in total. Thank you very much for your breakdowns this week. They've been very helpful. Keep them coming. I know I've been out of the game for a little while, so I have rushed this video a little bit, but hopefully it's not too bad. And unfortunately next week I'm not likely to do this at all, though I may do it when I get back, see how I feel. Though I'm probably going to do kind of 2 breakdowns together, if you like, in week 5, or I'll ignore last week completely. I haven't decided yet. Whatever happens, I'm on holiday on Thursday, so we're not likely to see, well, you're definitely not going to see a breakdown next week. What I do the week after, I haven't decided yet. If you guys want to do your own breakdown and tell people about your games this week, that would be great. Please do leave them in the Steam page that is dedicated specifically for breakdowns. I'll have a look at them when I get back and decide whether it's worth doing the breakdown or not. Thank you guys for being so helpful, and thank you for being patient for this to come out. I'll see you all on the pitch soon, good luck in your games, and may Nuffle drop a rock on you. Bye bye.